Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. a new world and a bold world for me. For me. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pines, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is a mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Lynn and I am the principal of Mayfield High School. I would like to welcome you to the 126th commencement ceremony of Mayfield High School. Mayfield's first graduating class was in 1899. We have celebrated commencement at the end of every year except for 1905 and 1919 when we had no graduates. At this time, out of respect for our graduates and those seated near you, I would like to ask everyone who has a cell phone or any other electronic device which could disrupt today's program to take a moment and power down. Thank you. Audience, please remain seated as our graduates enter. I want everyone to have a clear view of the class of 2026. Audience, please stand and join our graduates. Now, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Vice President of the senior class, John Dinnan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Audience and graduates, please be seated. At Mayfield High School, we are fortunate to have outstanding musical programs. Please welcome Elizabeth Rodriguez Brown, Karma Danilova, Everett Gathy, and Leif Turner to perform Minuet in G for saxophone quartet, written by Johann Sebastian Bach and arranged by Jay Corcoran. At this time, I'd like to call on our salutatorian, Purva Punyam, to give the welcoming remarks. Purva has an impressive GPA of 4.75. In the fall, she will be attending The Ohio State University and will be studying biomedical science. For being second in the class, Purva has earned the honor of being inducted into Mayfield High School's Academic Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Purva Punyam.
Good afternoon, parents, friends, faculty, and the graduating class of 2026. To start off, I want to take a second to reflect on where we are today. We were all stuck at home during our, I hate to admit, pretty awkward middle school years, which might have been a good thing looking back. But despite all odds, we found ways to connect and make memories. Although we couldn't see each other in person, shout out Google Hangouts. Our connection during those times reflected our grit and determination to make friends and have a good time, despite the circumstances, and most importantly, our willingness to put ourselves out there. But growing up during COVID also changed the way we saw each other and the way we interacted with the world. We got so used to thinking that we should only be perceived online after hours of editing, contemplation, and perfection. And that's connected to an idea I want to talk about today, the spotlight effect, which is the tendency to believe that people are paying far more attention to us than they actually are. Think about it. I bet each of us has imagined ourselves walking up to grab that diploma 1,000 times in our heads. I know I have. Yet, to someone sitting in that audience, each of us is simply another student through the list, A to Z. When we think of highly confident, successful, or even egotistical people, we kind of assume that they believe that they're the center of the entire world. But interestingly, that same kind of self-focus exists in people who are terrified to be seen, those who overthink every word, every action, worried about being judged. In both cases, the assumption is the same, that everyone is watching. But the truth is, they're not. Now, why am I telling you this? This small tidbit pushed me out into the real world. As a kid, I would sit on the swings, watching my brother play sports during recess, wishing I could give it a try without being seen. With sports, I had to learn to let go of that fear, and accept that my first try would be bad, and trust me, it was, as well as my second, third, even fourth. But like everything in the world, eventually you'll get it, and I did. If you told my 10-year-old self that I'd be salutatorian, I probably wouldn't be as surprised as if you told me I'd be the captain of a sports team today. The point is, as you move into the next stage of your life, remember that, as harsh as it may seem, your toughest critic is yourself. And while that little voice in your head serves an important purpose, it's just as important to let it go in pursuit of growth and achieving goals. It's worth it. So, say hi to that person in the hallway, DM the person whose account you've been stalking, stumble through an awkward conversation, and raise that hand in class, because that's what makes us human. In a world increasingly driven by AI, and every person hoping to be perfect, whatever that word even means, originality is valued, even necessary. So, put yourself out there, because the worst thing you could do is nothing at all, because our world needs you. And before I leave the stage, I have a list of people that I want to thank. My mom and dad for showering me with unconditional love and support, for which I'm eternally grateful. My brother Krish, the better half of me and the half I'll always need. Mr. Friel, Mrs. Long, Mr. Hughes, and all of my teachers over these past years for always believing me. And finally, all of you for being here to celebrate the class of 2026. Thank you, and welcome to the 126th Annual Commencement Ceremony of Mayfield High School.
Thank you, Porva. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Michael Barnes. Dr. Barnes is in his 5th year as the Superintendent of Mayfield City Schools. We are blessed to have Dr. Barnes leading our district. He is a man who leads with humility, integrity, and purpose. He cares deeply about our students and the entire Mayfield community. He is one of the most thoughtful, personable, and compassionate individuals that I know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Mayfield City Schools, Dr. Michael Barnes.
Thank you, Mr. Lynn. Good afternoon, Wildcats. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, friends, neighbors, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. This is the most important event of our school year. Today, we celebrate your 13-year journey of joy, grit, failure, achievement, and hope. Today, as we gather to honor the incredible accomplishments of our graduates, I am filled with pride and deep admiration. Each of you sitting here has walked a path marked by triumphs, setbacks, and powerful lessons that has shaped who you are today. As Superintendent of Mayfield City Schools, it is both an honor and a privilege to address such a special group of individuals. Graduates, you are standing on the edge of a brand new chapter. But before you leap forward, I invite you to take one last look back, not with regret, but with reverence. Every lesson, every friendship, every moment you doubted yourself and kept going, all of it matters. Think about this. When you started kindergarten, the year was 2013. Roar by Katy Perry was dominating the radio scene. Instagram was just beginning to explode in popularity. Disney's Frozen had just been released, and suddenly everyone was singing, "Let it go." PlayStation 4 had just been launched, and the Browns almost made the Super Bowl, but they were 4-12, so they fell a little short. But now, you are here, you are ready, and the world has never needed your heart, your voice, and your leadership more than it does right now. Please remember, learning doesn't stop today. In fact, it never does. The world you're entering is fast-paced and unpredictable, but you have the tools, the mindset, and the Mayfield values to meet it head on. Family, tradition, loyalty, collaboration, innovation, integrity. These aren't just words on a banner that we hang. They're the compass by which we navigate light in life. Let them guide you. Each of you today will receive a Mayfield coin which contains these values. Keep it close. Put it in your pocket, your car, your backpack. Whenever you see it, remember these 5 lessons. Number 1, let your past be your guide. Your future is shaped by what you've overcome and learned. Number 2, live with intent. Don't just float through life. Live it with purpose and passion. 3, treasure your people. Your relationships are your greatest wealth. 4, read. Books remain the most powerful machine ever created by man, not the computer, not the phone. And lastly, write. Record your journey. Your story matters, and someday, someone will need to hear it. Several years ago, we adopted a theme, Start with Yes. Start with yes is a mindset. It means start with yes to your dreams. Start with yes to possibilities. Start with yes to what's imaginable. And start with yes to the future that is calling you forward. Today, however, I want to leave you with another piece of inspiration, a poem that I believe captures the energy and promise that you will carry into the world. It goes like this. Don't just choose what's safe and near. Stretch beyond the edge of fear. Dreams weren't made to sit in rows. They are seeds that bloom where no one goes. Look above, the stars don't wait. They shine for those who elevate. So build your wings with grit and grace and meet your future face to face. The world is vast and your spark is bright. Don't dim it just to fit the light. Go be the fire, the voice, the spark, the one who rises from the dark. And if you fall, just rise anew. Stars aren't afraid to change their view. So dream out loud, stand tall but true. Class of 2026, the world has been waiting for you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Barnes. In keeping with the tradition of a student-centered graduation, our second student speaker is Michael Fapiano. Michael is the president of the senior class, has an impressive 4.19 GPA, and he will be attending The Ohio State University in the fall, where he will be majoring in middle childhood education. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Fapiano.
Good afternoon, families, friends, and faculty. Thank you for joining us on this special day. Graduates, we made it. What everyone has called the finish line for the past few months has finally arrived, and I'm so glad I get to experience it with you all. I say a finish line marking the end of high school, but it's really the beginning of possibility. For the past 13 years, our lives have been filled with bell schedules, assignment due dates, and practices. But now, this is the first time in our lives where we are handed a blank piece of paper, and we get to paint the next picture. Whether it's going to college, working in the trades, or you're not even sure what you want to do yet, that's okay. I'm sure half the adults in this room still don't have the answers. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, you just don't have to see the whole staircase, just the first step, and that first step begins today. Slowly, over the course of the 4 years, friends became family, and memories were created through that family. And the truth is, memories don't come from perfect moments. They come from the real ones, the awkward and unexpected. Moments like when we had torrential rain during our senior sunrise, the power going out within the first 5 minutes of our senior homecoming, or even baby powder getting in your eyes at a Friday night football game. Those small details that happened over the course of our senior year are going to be the big things we're still laughing about 30 years down the road. Over the past few months, I was given the opportunity to sit down with a successful businessman, Chris Brooks, and read a book titled Extreme Ownership. The book talks about what it means to be a leader and the principles behind it. Through these discussions, one thing that stood out to me the most is that everyone has a purpose, and we are all leaders in our own way. Remember, we can all be leaders. Leadership might just look different for each of us. So build on the differences, adjust to certain things in your own way, and create things that people would only imagine. The greatest thing we can all take from Mayfield is the sense of community. Both of my parents are proud Mayfield graduates. From a young age, they instilled in me what a gift it is to be a part of this community. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't fully understand this until recently. At every community event, graduation party, or sporting event, we see a familiar face and catch up on how time has passed. Truly, it is the friendships and memories that keep us connected. The Mayfield family is truly a gift, and don't forget the roots you've planted here. But now, it's our time to carry it. As we leave here today, we're stepping into a world that doesn't come with a schedule, a bell, or a set path. While that might feel uncertain, it's also what makes it so exciting. For the first time, the direction we go is completely up to us. So take that first step. Chase what matters to you. Be a leader in your own way. And don't forget to take risks and make mistakes and grow from them. One day, the moments we're about to live will become the best moments of our lives, just like the ones we're celebrating today. And no matter where life takes us, we'll always share this place, these people, and these memories. Congratulations, Mayfield class of 2026, and always, go Cats.
Our third speaker is Kendall Peugeot. Kendall is the president of Student Council, has earned an impressive 4.30 GPA, and next fall she will be attending the University of South Carolina, where she will be studying communications. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Peugeot.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents and families, and most importantly, the class of 2026, happy graduation. It's hard to believe that our time at Mayfield has come to an end, and whether you're extremely sad to say goodbye or ready to walk out those doors right now, we did it. The steps we took walking into this building were our last as a class together. They demonstrate the dedication, resilience, and commitment we have all put into being a Wildcat. And when we walk out today, we will carry all those qualities that we have developed into the future. Despite starting every school day with announcements and greeting you with the words, "Good morning, Wildcats," alongside my fellow amazing announcers, this is the first time I've had the pleasure of actually seeing your faces while speaking to all of you at the same time. It was difficult picking a topic to speak about in front of thousands of people, knowing we've all lived drastically different lives, but I have chosen to talk about something that plays a role in everyday life, present and future, something that I believe every person in this room can understand and embrace. The word do. Like Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. The significance of the word do is that it's a verb, an action word. And without action, there is no consequence, positive or negative. It's carrying out, performing, executing, and committing. We have all done something to be where we are today. We've been doing things our whole lives. But I believe we can elevate the word do to a philosophy that we can use to our advantage. When we were younger, adults always asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. The sky was the limit with those answers. Astronauts, princesses, police, superheroes, anything. But now we are close to being grown up and have serious aspirations, ranging from entrepreneurs to neurosurgeons, firefighters to educators. Or maybe the next goal is just to walk across this stage and get that diploma. No matter what, we're here right now and have the capabilities of accomplishing whatever our passions lead us toward. We are making that first step, graduating high school. But now comes the difficult part, actually doing the things it takes to fulfill these passions. The doing is on us to perform, execute, and commit to our best abilities. We can't rely on the title or status we think we once held inside of Mayfield High School. We can't rely on random sparks of motivation to get something done, or our parents to wake us up in the morning. We owe it to ourselves to have the willpower to get out of bed, go to class, show up to an interview, and walk into a job with a positive attitude and a growth mindset. I know each and every one of us are capable of being who we want to be, but it just takes doing what we have to do. Success won't just come to us. We have to go out and put in the work to achieve it. As I come to a close, I would like to express my extreme gratitude first and foremost to my parents, who have been the greatest mentors in the philosophy behind doing and proved it to be true. I am also grateful to the many teachers and faculty members who have served as constant support systems and have shaped the person I've become. Along with family, all of you have been an instrumental part of my journey. And to my fellow classmates, I'm here to say, if anyone has told you you couldn't do whatever you put your mind to, prove them wrong. It's our lives now, so let's be the ones that do, not the ones that wait. Finally, in front of all of you, the class of 2026, I guess the way every day started is the way it should end. Have a fantastic day. Go Cats.
Our next speaker is Vincent Vigliotti. Vincent is our valedictorian. He has an impressive 4.76 GPA. Next year, he will be attending The Ohio State University, where he will be majoring in electrical engineering. Vince also recently graduated from Lakeland Community College with his Associate of Arts degree and Associate of Science degree, and has earned his place into Mayfield High School's Academic Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Vigliotti.
Class of 2026, families, and esteemed faculty. I'd like to thank the faculty and families for being here today and supporting our graduates, not just today, but throughout our entire academic careers. Class of 2026, you guys have to be here so you don't get as much thanks. While brainstorming for this speech, I was told to look at the commonalities we share as a class. I've been told that you guys don't want to hear me talk about myself for the next 3 minutes, which I find slightly hurtful, but I won't hold that against you. In my search for commonalities, I found many. We all remember trading fidget spinners in elementary school and freaking out about a plane crashing outside our middle school. Unfortunately, these topics are quite difficult to write an entire speech about, considering my fidget spinner speech is still in early development. So, I needed a commonality that was actually important enough to talk about, which is tough. During our last 4 years, each of us has cared deeply about so many different things. Some of us wanted to succeed academically, others athletically, and some of us got incredibly obsessed with hacky-sacking. So really, how similar are we? I suppose we all go to the same school, but that will soon change. For the first time, we won't all be automatically associated together. We won't all go to the same school anymore, we may not live in the same city anymore, and we will no longer have a Ted Lasso doppelganger as our principal. It's funny, yeah. This is typically the portion of the speech where I offer motivation or a solution for the problems that I have previously brought up. Unfortunately, I have yet to figure out that solution, much like many of you, I'm sure. So, while I don't know exactly what comes next, I do know what I plan to continue doing, just as I always have. Throughout my life, I've been passionate about learning. I like to ask teachers extra questions after class, I enjoy solving math problems, and I like to watch nature documentaries in my spare time. For those wondering, yes, I am fun at parties. It is because of these passions that I have succeeded academically and truly enjoyed my time doing it. While these passions of mine may not align with yours, I am positive that every single one of you has something you care deeply about. Something you wake up early thinking about. Something you do even though there's no clear incentive for it. To me, passion is one of the most important qualities I want every one of you to hold on to. At this time in our lives, many of our futures are unclear, making it easy to become overwhelmed with thoughts of what is to come. But passion is what grounds us to the present and allows us to take small steps into the future, something that I have found incredibly useful. It gives us long nights that don't feel so long. It gives us difficult work that doesn't feel so difficult. And above all, it gives us purpose when our direction is unknown. So wherever you end up, whatever you do, have passion. If we can do that, we'll have more in common than just being from the same high school. So, class of 2026, I'd like to thank each and every one of you. I couldn't imagine going through high school with anyone else. And in the wise words of Bill and Ted, I'd like to say, go forth and be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. Thank you.
Great job, Vince. I didn't realize the Ted Lasso line was going to get so many laughs. And now for your enjoyment, I would like to welcome our senior vocal ensemble to the stage, where they will be performing You Will Be Found from Dear Evan Hansen.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere?
Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? So let that lonely feeling wash away. 'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
give it up one more time for our senior vocal ensemble. Excellent job. We will now have the traditional presentation of the colors. The class of 2026 will add their colors to the gavel and pass it to the class of 2027. Will the following students please step forward? Senior Class Secretary, Arav Ganor. Senior Class Treasurer, Frankie Menta. And Spirit Captains, Addison Carroll, Camilla Fekita, and Jordan White.
As Secretary of the graduating class of 2026, I hold Mayfield's traditional symbol of authority, leadership, which was presented to our class by the officers of the class of 2025. We take pride in knowing the past, present, and future are in our hands. Our class spirit captains will now add our class colors to the gavel.
For our class colors, we have chosen teal and light pink. The color teal is a mix of blue and green and represents balance, trust, tranquility, and stability. It embodies themes of morality, renewal, and growth, and it invites introspection and promotes emotional well-being.
The color light pink invokes warmth, gentleness, and compassion. It is a calming and peaceful color that promotes feelings of safety, happiness, and playfulness. As we embark on our next journey, let its hue be a reassuring presence, offering us a gentle, nurturing energy as we continue to grow.
May the colors of teal and light pink find their place of distinction on this gavel, which was formed from a timber from one of our oldest school sites. With open minds and willing spirits, let us go forth to meet the future, achieve personal success, and fulfill our dreams.
Jenna Inman, as president-elect of next year's senior class, will you please step forward? Madam President-elect, on behalf of the officers of the class of 2026, I would like to present you with the traditional symbol of the office of the President of Student Council. Please accept my warm congratulations and my best wishes for your success as you prepare to take up the responsibilities and challenges of your office.
Mr. Treasurer, on behalf of the class of 2027, I humbly accept this gavel. I pledge to carry out my duties so our colors may find their place among the honored.
At this time, I would like to acknowledge some of our students for their outstanding efforts and accomplishments. But before I do, I would like to take a moment and ask that our counseling secretary, Mrs. Laura Kraft, senior class advisors, Mr. Chris Torta, and Mrs. Melissa Feeney-Sanson, and the senior class counselor, Ms. Rachel McBride, to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all your extraordinary amount of time and effort you have spent planning today's commencement ceremony and the many senior events this year. I would also like to recognize the Mayfield City Schools staff members gathered here this afternoon. Mayfield is blessed with a staff of dedicated, caring individuals who strive to see that your children receive the best possible guidance and education every day. At this time, I'd like to ask all of the Mayfield School staff in attendance to please stand and be recognized. Before moving on to the graduates, I would like to recognize my family, my wife, Andy, my son, Benny, my father-in-law, Joe, my mother-in-law, Kathy, and my extended family who traveled to be here with us today. Thank you for your love and support in welcoming me to the Mayfield family. Joe, Kathy, and Andy are all proud graduates of Mayfield High School, and I'm proud to say that today, my son Micah will be a third-generation graduate of Mayfield High School. And, if all goes according to plan, fingers crossed, my son Benny will be a proud graduate of the class of 2028. Perfect. Thank you. Let's go, Ben. Don't let us down. The number of generational families in Mayfield is something that is truly unique and special. At this time, would all former graduates of Mayfield High School that are in attendance today please stand and be recognized. Quite a lot of us. And now on to the graduates of the class of 2026. As many of you know, it is a long-standing tradition at Mayfield High School to honor students in the spirit of a student-centered graduation. Graduates, as I call your name, would you please stand and remain standing as a group until the audience recognizes you. Audience, would you please hold your applause until I signal you. In the area of scholarship and academic excellence, this year we had 3 students inducted into the Academic Hall of Fame. To be inducted into the Mayfield High School Academic Hall of Fame, you have to be the valedictorian, salutatorian, or a National Merit finalist. This year's seniors are valedictorian Vincent Vigliotti, salutatorian Purva Punyam, and National Merit finalist Krish Punyam. Thank you. Students, be seated. Once again, students, please stand. In the area of weighted versus unweighted grades, at Mayfield, we rank students in 2 ways. We rank them on a weighted scale and on an unweighted scale. We do this because most of the top schools in the country don't care about a student's weighted rank. They want to know a student's unweighted rank. Students, please stand when I call your name and remain standing. And this data is always interesting. On an unweighted scale this year, we would have a 3-way tie for valedictorian with Jenna Del Balso, Vincent Vigliotti, and Lauren Uzo. Please stand. Thank you. In order to differentiate these students, I had to dig deep in the grade book, and some of them really struggled in elementary school. Jenna Del Balso earned 5 B pluses at Center Elementary, but then she turned it around and has not had anything lower than an A since 4th grade. Jenna earned a full ride scholarship to Bowling Green State University, where she will be studying applied health sciences next year. Vincent Vigliotti. Vince's lowest grade ever was a B in Mrs. Hall's 4th grade music class at Center Elementary. He has earned nothing less than an A or an A plus in all of his high school classes, and his highest grade ever was a whopping 104% in AP Computer Science. As previously stated, Vince is studying electrical engineering at The Ohio State University next year. Lauren Uzo. Lauren has never earned anything lower than an A in all of her courses at MHS, but Lauren struggled a little bit on her semester exams, receiving her lowest grade ever, a B, on her 11th grade year chemistry exam in Mr. Friel's class. Lauren is studying early childhood education at Bowling Green State University. Audience, would you please recognize these students? Students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Mayfield is fortunate to have access to some of the best career technical education programs in the state of Ohio through the Excel Tech Consortium. We would like to highlight a few of the best and brightest from this year's graduating class. The following students were selected as the outstanding senior in their respective programs. Please stand and remain standing. Business Academy, Maxwell Bremick. CAD Engineering, Vashista Nayak. Culinary Arts, Taylor Tarleton. Curtis Bickham, ITP. Teach, Juliana Chewy. Cosmetology, Imani Paget. Licensed Practical Nursing, Gianna Trasick. Medical Technologies, Addison Carroll. Fire EMS Training Academy, Finian Gephardt. Please remain standing. In cosmetology, would the following students please stand? Michaela Ferrali, Scarlett Del Vecchio, Reagan Prater, Robert Townsend, Chloe Strisny, and Callie Ware. These students will travel to Columbus next month to take their state board exam and will become licensed cosmetologists in the state of Ohio. Imani Paget, please stand again. We're happy to announce, or please remain standing. We're happy to announce that Imani, just 48 hours ago, passed her state board exam and she is now a certified cosmetologist. Let's give it up for that. Every year, our Excel Tech students compete against thousands of other students across the state in what is known as Skills USA state competition. This year, we have several graduates who are on the podium as medal winners, including a state champion. Max Semenov and Charlie Grimm, please stand. As juniors last year, these two took home a silver medal at states in the BattleBots competition. Brendan Saraki. Brendan, as a junior, won the silver medal at states in the Creative Sculpture Design competition. This year, Brendan came back hungry for more and won the gold medal and the title of state champion. Charlie Grimm and Vinnie Rayborn. Last month, these two young men took home a bronze medal in the state competition in additive manufacturing. All told, we are proud of the 80 Mayfield students who completed their Excel Tech programs this year. Audience, please recognize these students. Students, you may be seated. In the area of attendance, students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. When I speak to employers in the community, they often share concerns about the poor attendance of their young employees. However, these members of the class of 2026 will make their employers very happy. Using a cutoff date of May 22nd, the seniors' last official day of class, these seniors had 1 year of perfect attendance. Please stand, Brendan Saraki and Lauren Uzo. Jaden Berkey and Noah Parnell, please remain standing. Jaden Berkey and Noah Parnell, please stand. They have had 2 years of perfect attendance. Audrey Polachek and RJ Prozen and Liz Vasquez, please stand. They have had 3 years of perfect attendance. In the class of 2026, we had 82 students, 27% of the senior class, who went their entire senior year without receiving a tardy to class. Lauren Uzo, RJ Prozen, and Brendan Saraki received no tardies their senior year in addition to not missing a day of school this year. And lastly, I could not talk about perfect attendance without speaking about Curtis C.J. Bickham. Curtis had perfect attendance as a senior, as a junior, as a sophomore, and as a freshman. Curtis not only had perfect attendance in high school, but according to our records, he has not missed a day of school throughout his middle school and high school career. Curtis also did not receive a single tardy in his senior year. Audience, please recognize these amazing students. Students, you may be seated. In the area of employment, at this time, we would like to recognize a remarkable group of students who participated in Mayfield High School's Learn and Earn program this year. If you were part of Learn and Earn Home Builders, Manufacturing, Auto Technology, Sport Health, or the Flex internship pathways, please stand and be recognized. These students completed paid internships with local industry partners such as Swagelock, Brooks & Henderson, and Carrick Industries. Together, these students contributed an incredible 54,240 hours of work in our local communities and earned over $600,000 in wages this year alone. They also earned valuable industry recognized credentials including OSHA, PACT, and Tooling U. Most impressively, 11 students have already been offered full-time employment upon graduation. Mackenzie Lofton, Sierra Wallace, Dan Ramacciati, Matthew Hollabaugh, Jordan Fergoso, Charles Steinley, Josh Rivera, Sydney Montgomery, Ryan Aviles, and Layla Guzman. from the Learn and Earn Flex program achieved a remarkable milestone by graduating from the prestigious Cleveland Clinic Aspire Nursing program. Because of her commitment to the program, she also earned a full scholarship to study respiratory therapy at Kent State University. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize these students. Students, you may be seated. In the area of athletics, Mayfield High School has had another successful year on the athletic fields. Now to a few individual highlights. Students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Camilla Feketa was a cross-country regional qualifier in 2022 and 2025. McKenna Bremick was a cross-country regional qualifier in 2023 and 2025. Ella Maloney was the 2025 WRC Gymnast of the Year. Sharnice Worthams was the 2025 regional runner-up in the 300 hurdles and state qualifier in the 100 and 300 hurdles. Kylie DeFord was the 2025 WRC Soccer Player of the Year. Michael Lynn was a 2025 Honorable Mention All-Ohio Defensive Lineman. Max Semenov was a 2026 state qualifier in the 200 medley relay as part of the MHS men's swimming team. Shiv Narayan was a 2026 WRC Player of the Year in men's tennis. JD Sega is an accomplished three-sport athlete, but set multiple records for the Mayfield Wildcat hockey team. JD scored 190 total goals in his career, which is third all-time in Ohio, had 298 points, ninth all-time in the state of Ohio, and scored 62 goals in a single season, 15th in Ohio all-time. And now to some team accomplishments. Would all members of these teams please stand when recognized? The girls cross-country team were regional qualifiers. Whole team, stand up. The competitive cheer team were state qualifiers. The wrestling team were WRC champions. The boys soccer team were WRC champions. The girls soccer team were WRC champions for 3 years in a row and district champions this year. The girls swim team were WRC champions 3 years in a row. The boys swim team were WRC champions 5 years in a row. And not to be outdone, the boys tennis teams were WRC champions for the 6th year in a row. Audience, would you please recognize our amazing student athletes? In the area of the arts, in the 2026 Scholastic Writing and Arts Competition, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Alicia Mandina Torres earned an Honorable Mention Award for her drawing piece, Red Wine Ribbon. Lucy Moran earned an Honorable Mention Award for her ceramic piece, Bubby's Favorite. George Risk earned an Honorable Mention Award for his drawing, Salute. Rosanna Gaboyan earned an Honorable Mention Award for her drawing, Nobel's Laboratory Invention of the First Dynamite. Additionally, Rosanna earned a Gold Key Award for her drawing, Ani. This drawing moved on to compete at a national level in New York City this spring and is the highest honor Scholastic awards to student artists. Audience, would you please recognize these students? In the area of music and the performing arts, students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Riley Street has served the past 2 school years as the field commander of the Pride of Mayfield Marching Band, where he has led with energy and positivity. Everett Gathie served as the president of the Mayfield Marching Band. Everett has been accepted into the music program at CSU, where he will continue to study and play saxophone. Studi Sibi served as the secretary of the Mayfield Marching Band, as well as being the sousaphone section leader. Blaise Balaz served as the vice president of the Mayfield Marching Band, as well as playing tenor sax in the Mayfield High School Jazz Ensemble and bass clarinet in the High School Wind Ensemble. James Spencer served as a senior class representative of the Mayfield Marching Band, and James was also the lead percussionist in the Mayfield Drumline. Tyler Cameron and Audrey Polachek earned the National Choral Award, the highest honor for superior achievement in the vocal music department. Jenna Del Balso and Lauren Uzo were recognized with the Director's Award for Chorus. Kendall Peugeot was recognized as the outstanding performer at the Medina Show Choir competition, as well as earning the LTD Excellence Award Scholarship. She also served as the student choreography advisor for our spring production of Cinderella. Lillian Bornstein was named Outstanding Performer at the Solon Show Choir Invitational. Elizabeth Hawkins and Mackenzie Moss earned the Musical Theater Excellence Award for their high-energy performances over the past 4 years. Alicia Chewy served as production stage manager for 3 musicals and was selected to serve as a technical apprentice at the 2025 Dazzle Awards at Playhouse Square. Keely Moran has served as the de facto light and sound operator for the MHS Auditorium for the last 2 years, running dozens of concerts and evening events during that time. Keely and Alicia shared the 2026 Technical Theater Excellence Award Scholarship for their services to MHS. Julia Fitzwater earned the Mayfield Vocal Music Instrumental Excellence Award and Scholarship. In the senior vocal ensemble, led the MHS chorale to its first ever unanimous superior rating at OMEA districts and its 3rd superior rating at OMEA states in 4 years, the highest possible recognition by the Ohio Music Education Association. Audience, would you please recognize our student musicians and performers? For service to the country, I would like to recognize the following students who have answered the call to serve our great nation. These students have chosen to serve in the United States military. It is our chance to thank them for their patriotism and for their service to our country. Nick Principe, please stand. Nick recently enlisted in the United States Navy and was with the ultimate goal of becoming an aviation structural mechanic. Charles Steinley, please stand. Charles recently enlisted in the United States Army with the ultimate goal of becoming a combat engineer. Audience, would you please recognize Nick Principe and Charles Steinley? Gentlemen, thank you for your service. In other notable accomplishments and achievements, would Eric Beers, Gianna Duche, and Addison Carroll please stand? These 3 students will be attending quite possibly the finest university in the nation, Ohio University. I'm proud to share this honor with you. Welcome to the Bobcat Nation. Go Cats. Please recognize these students. Parents, it is often stated that good things come in 2s and 3s, and in this case, I completely agree. Would these students please stand and remain standing while I call your name? Krish Punyam, Purva Punyam, Parker Ryan, Mackenzie Ryan, Alicia Chewy, Juliana Chewy, and Kevin Chewy. Students, thank you for doubling, or in some cases, tripling our pleasure and our fun at Mayfield High School. Audience, would you please recognize our twins and triplets? All right. Students who inspire. Rosanna Gaboyan, please stand. Rosanna recently accepted a full ride scholarship to Princeton University, where she will study electrical and computer engineering. Even more impressive is that Rosanna barely spoke English 4 years ago when she enrolled at Mayfield High School. She speaks 4 languages fluently, including English now, and has received national recognition for her work, receiving a $25,000 grant for her AI robotic arm at a tech conference and a $40,000 scholarship from Amazon for women in STEM. Cha-ching. Stay out there. Rosanna also helped start the first ever Mayfield High School Hackathon and recently led that. Rosanna is not only intelligent, but truly, she is one of the most kind and humble students I've ever met. Ladies and gentlemen, Rosanna Gaboyan. Rosanna, please stay standing. Thank you. AJ Bonnick. AJ Bonnick, please stand. My man. AJ has brought pure joy to the entire Mayfield High School community. He is a hardworking student who treats his classmates with kindness and respect each day. One of my favorite moments of the year was seeing AJ get a strike on bowling senior night after his mom brought him his favorite vanilla bean frappuccino from Starbucks. AJ's class erupted with applause this year when he was recognized as Student of the Week. He is a kind and compassionate young man who is also an accomplished student with a 3.25 GPA. AJ will continue his education at CVEC next year. Let's give AJ a round of applause. Please stay standing. Micah Lynn. Oh, I've been saving up for this one for 18 years. This next nomination has nothing to do with Micah's GPA. his coursework in the Excel Tech Sports Science program, his accomplishment on the soccer and football fields, or even his senior superlative of prettiest eyes. It has everything to do with him inspiring me to be a better person every day, simply by watching him lead by example as a teammate, a brother, a son, a loyal friend, and a fierce competitor. Micah, you deserve praise, as you've carried far more expectations than most, yet you have handled it all with dignity, humility, and grace, and never complained, not once you got to work. As a principal, I believe you are an exceptional young man with a bright future ahead of you. As your dad, I love you more than you'll ever know. Thank you for inspiring me more. Thank you for inspiring me to be better each day. Never lose the character, work ethic, and quiet strength that make you who you are. The world is waiting for you, and I cannot wait to see what you will do with it. And I have one humble request. Can you please put the dishes in the dishwasher when you get home? It's true. He leaves them out. Michael will be taking his talents to The Ohio State University at Newark this fall, where he will study business administration. Go Bucks. Audience, would you please recognize Rosanna, AJ, and Micah. Ladies and gentlemen, my purpose today is not to single out or acknowledge every accomplishment, but to give you a better understanding of how fortunate we are to work with your children. Thank you for giving us that opportunity, and thank you for allowing me to address this amazing class of 2026 one last time. For the first time in my career, I stand before you not only as the principal of Mayfield High School, but also as a father of a graduating senior. Years ago, my family chose to move to Mayfield because we believe deeply in this community, these schools, and the values that define this district. My son started here in first grade, which means, for better or for worse, for many of you, I've had a front row seat watching you, coaching you, watching you grow up together over the last 12 years. I've watched you become teammates, classmates, musicians, athletes, leaders, competitors, and friends. I've watched many of you slowly grow into yourselves, and standing here today, I could not be more inspired by the young adults that you have become. Tonight, I look out at a class filled with hope, energy, character, and tremendous potential. The class of 2026 is accomplished, competitive, funny, energetic, and at times, just the right amount of chaotic. But what stands out most to me is your togetherness. The strength of the class of 2026 is that you show up for one another. Whether it was rowdy homecoming assemblies, staying on the dance floor until the final song at prom, or the pride of Mayfield honoring the memory of one of our younger students by playing the alma mater at his recent funeral. This class understands something important. Life is better when people feel connected, supported, and part of something bigger than themselves. That sense of connection and belonging is becoming increasingly rare in the world and is one of the greatest strengths of this class. And make no mistake, this class has standouts everywhere. Outstanding scholars, artists, athletes, musicians, leaders, students entering the workforce, the military, trade programs, and universities across the country. But as a society, we often glorify accomplishments without recognizing the hard work behind them. The early mornings, the long nights, the setbacks, the pressure, the sacrifice, the discipline required to continue showing up when things became difficult. That work matters. In many ways, it matters more than the accomplishment itself. The world does not simply need accomplished people, it needs good people that can accomplish great things. People willing to lead, collaborate, sacrifice, and care about something bigger than themselves. That has always been part of the Mayfield way: family, loyalty, collaboration, innovation, tradition, and integrity. As you move forward in life, there are a few things that I hope you remember. First, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The people you surround yourselves with matter. Choose people who challenge you, support you, tell you the truth, and make you better. Life is absolutely a team sport, and no one accomplishes meaningful things alone. Second, never underestimate the importance of communication and human connection. The better you can read, write, speak, listen, collaborate, and connect with others, the more opportunities life will place in front of you. Technology is incredible, but life is meant to be lived and experienced. Spend less time scrolling through everyone else's life and more time building your own. Be present, take chances, have conversations. Third, be humble. Or as Kendrick says far more simply, be humble, sit down. But you guys are already seated. Humility is not weakness. Some of the strongest and most successful people I know are also the most grounded. Stay teachable, stay grateful. And finally, understand this. Life is less about what you are going to be and more about who you are. There is no perfect prescription for a life well lived. Some of you have your future mapped out in detail. Others are still figuring it out. Both are okay. Take the time to know and understand yourselves. Reflect honestly on your strengths, weaknesses, and realize that at some point in our life, every single one of us is forced to best bet on ourselves. The future will not always feel certain, but confidence is built through action, resilience, and ownership. Take ownership of your life, own your effort, own your attitude, own the way you treat people. Your future will not be built solely by talent, luck, or circumstance. It will be built by the decisions you consistently choose to make every single day. Class of 2026, thank you. Thank you for your spirit, your energy, your accomplishments, and the joy you have brought to me as a dad and a principal and the entire Mayfield community. It has truly been an honor to serve as your principal. Lastly, as you prepare to walk across the stage, I want you to remember one very important thing. Wherever your journey in life may take you, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, you will always be a Mayfield Wildcat. Thank you, class of 2026. Go Cats. At this time, I would like to call forward the president of the Mayfield Board of Education, Mr. Ron Fernaro. Mr. Fernaro, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Mayfield High School, I'm proud to certify that the 297 students who are part of this class have met the graduation requirements as established by the state of Ohio and the Mayfield Board of Education. I ask that you accept them as qualified to graduate.
Thank you, Mr. Lynn. On behalf of the Mayfield Board of Education, I proudly accept the class of 2026. Congratulations.
There are a few business items that need to be addressed before we distribute the diplomas. Parents, we have professional photographers assigned to take pictures. Please do not leave your seat. Each graduate will have a picture taken while receiving their diploma. An important request. At some schools and universities, graduation ceremonies have become more like pep rallies. That is not our request or our expectation this afternoon. At Mayfield, we believe graduation is a dignified ceremony that should reflect the respect that these graduates have earned. Yesterday, I asked our graduates to honor one another by giving each classmate their full attention as diplomas are presented. I am respectfully asking the same of our families and guests today. Please refrain from clapping, cheering, shouting, or other celebration while names are being read so that every graduate's name can be clearly heard and each student receives the same moment of recognition and respect. The Mayfield community has a long tradition of conducting honorable and dignified ceremonies. It is something that distinguishes our community and makes us proud. Thank you for your cooperation in helping us properly honor every student in the class of 2026. Assistant Principal Mr. Mike Garrity will be reading the names of our graduates today. At this time, with the staff assigned to help with the distribution of the diplomas, please come forward. Audience, we're going to take a few minutes to rearrange the stage. Once that is complete, Mr. Garrity will begin reading the names.
The first board member presenting diplomas, Board President Ronald Fernaro. Vincent Gerald Vigliotti. Kendall Lynn Peugeot. Michael Richard Fapiano. Purva Prabhachar Punyam. John David Dinnan. Arav Chandrashekar Ganor. Frankie Joseph Menta. Addison Marie Carroll. Camilla Feketa. Jordan Olivia White. Krish Prabhachar Punyam. Isabella Gabrielle Bowen. Anthony Kenneth Bitterman. Devin Romeo Wojkowski. Sierra Naomi Wallace. Amani Amor Wilder Green. Elizabeth Rose Belaze. Everett Albert Gaffey. Elizabeth Kylie Hawkins. Clara Satomi Cook. Lauren Joyce Uzo. Brendan Jacob Saraki. Tyler Michael Cameron. Audrey Jean Polachek. Ilana Samantha Estrin. Kendall Nicole Murchison. Daverline Lugo Jean-Pierre. Isela Leshy. Juliana Marie Chewy. Jenna Nicole Del Balso. Liliana Sage Bornstein. Mackenzie Lee Moss. Jaden Diane Scaletta. Kina Chen. Kaylee Sage Moran. Ruzana Gaboyan. Dea Seljeka. Isabella Abigail Singh. Alexander Joseph Kress. Lauren Simone Williams. Dia Acharya. Neshmi Ahmad Alabsi. Ahmed Ali. Mia Rose Amato. Shitrak Aurora. Advaith Ashok Kumar. Mila Marin Augusta. Chanel Love Austin. Israel Dean Austin. Ryan Angel Aviles. Christopher Alexander Barnes. Alexandria Lee Bartleson. Grace Vivian Barth. Addison Mary Beck. Eric Zachary Beers. Curtis Tobias Bickham Jr. Andrew James Bonnick. Cottrell Devarion Bowie. Rebecca Marie Boyd. McKenna Grace Bremick. Roman Evgenovich Brzezinski. Jaden Berkey. Isabella Mia Cano Larico. Gabriella June Castro. Nevea Nicole Catley. Ariana Saray Kavachecki. Mia Grace Kavachecki. Carly Alexis Silura. Isabella Gianna Chilson. Alicia Rose Chewy. Kevin Mark Chewy Jr. Nicholas Richard Sifra. Ethan Rocky Claflin. Nina Bella Clark. Olivia Ray Clark. Soraya Ariel Clipper. Lillian Renee Coburn. Stephanie Claire Cohen. Sair Nasir Collins. Cade Justice Corbo Parker. Armand Luciano Carruthers. Daniel Santo D'Agostino. Talia Grace De Astolfo. Kylie Marie DeFord. Scarlett Evangeline Del Vecchio. Carmen Angelo Delicio. Janico De Nigris. Trey Samuel DeVito. Caleb Mitchell Singh Dillon. Giovanna Nina Diasio. Kate Brianna DeSillo. Andriy Viktorovich Diduhu. James Michael Dixon. Dexter Spencer Dombrowski. Beji Dort. Lynn Veronica Dolzer. Gianna Nicole Duche. Delante Redeemed Eddie. Anderson Christopher Ekstrand. Michaela Day Ferrelli. Samuel Bradley Farkas. Emma Margaret Ferguson. Gabriella Marie Figueroa. Julia Elizabeth Fitzwater. Isabella Dupree Fleming. Luke Dusan Foll. Jordan Anthony Fragoso. Vincent Gregory Francetic. Darius J. Freeman. Olivia Mary Funk. Olivia Julia Gambatis. Nicole Jacqueline Gambino. Gabrielle Christina Gotti. Thank you, Mrs. Grieve. The next board member to present diplomas, Sue Grosick. Dominic Anthony Gessinger. Ellie Marie George. Finian Robert Gephardt. Vivian Gerbasi. Caleb Michael Glenn. Elijah Teray Golston. Jaden Gregory Gordon. Rashawn Ali Gordon Jr. Alina Romanivna Goshi. Carly Nicole Grandy. Dominic Cangelosi Gray. Charles Gerard Grimm. Preston Cole Gidry. Layla Elizabeth Guzman. Aubrey Michelle Hamilton. Nadia Marie Hantis. Zanaya Kimberly Harris. Michaela Ann Hilton. Matthew Grant Hollowbaugh. Delante Davon Horn. Jacob Evans Hughes. Vanessa Ann Lapata Hughes. Emily Claire Isabella. Cameron Marie Jankar. Kaylee May Jewell. Ariane Elise Johnson. Zariah Janae Johnson. Jaden Leon Jones. Jordan Walter Jones. Vincenzo Antonio Khalil. Sophia Veronica Kaminsky. Ludmila Kartuzova. Hannah Marie Kasprisen. Skylar Ann Kepner. Alisher Ilkomovich Hamandov. Lucia Juliana Killian. Ryan Allen Klosko. Roman A. Kavalov Gasparian. Aditya Lakshaminen. Michael Vincenzo Lanzara. Olivia Jade Lavelle. Brooklyn Joy Lavender. Sophia Ann Leffler. Lucas Rodrigo Lemus. Gabrielle Lynn Lewis. Zane Noah Lindsay. Jonathan Kenneth Lindsay. Micah Joseph Lynn. Ryan Joseph Livingston. Daniel Edward Locker. Mackenzie Yancey Lofton. Angelina Lee Lagrasso. Andrew Vincent Lone. Olivia. Olivia Amelia Longo. Jonathan Albert Lynch. Nerman Madcore. The next board member to present diplomas, Mr. Al Hess. Ella Grace Maloney. Alicia Coralia Mandina Torres. Marcus Eiley Marginian. Shania Renee Martin. Zamarian Mikkel Martin. Kavan Justin Braxton McIntyre. Daniel Peter Melorano. Luis Enrique Miranda Rebello. Adam Carlos Miranda Heinzman. Tayshana Kanaya Mitchell. Nathaniel Isaias Molina. Maxwell William Molnar. David Cornell Montgomery, Jr. Sydney Ann Montgomery. Lucia Moran. Jordan Daniel Morris. Shelby Rose Mowinski. Erica Nor Mulyani. Spencer Alexander Muniak. Danielle Mustafa. Zaid Muyad Mustafa. Shiv Narayan. Shadia Shadad Ali Nasir. Isaiah Robert Neal. Isfandiar Nurav. Blanche Renee Andobo. Cecilia Emma Ortiz. Georgia Ann Oskowski. Emma Catherine Ospina. Amani Hidea Paget. Ana Lizette Raimundo Padilla. Serenity Alana Darlee Page. Shuthika Palaniville. Sophia Alice Palmasano. Noah Jordan Parnell. Lucia Parada. Bansri M. Patel. Grant Matthew Perrin. Charles Robert Piazza. Sarah Elizabeth Piazza. Michael James Picarello. Michael Pistone Nascone. Noah Meyer Powell. Akash Pradhan. Radha Prasad. Reagan Alexandria Prater. Nicholas Michael Principe. Richard Frank Prosen Jr. Chingiz Reikimove. Daniel James Ramashadi. Jonathan Edward Ransom Jr. Gia Nicole Rossi. The next board member to present diplomas, Mr. James Teresi. Vincent Henry Rayborn. Robert Charles Adam Reed. George Anthony Risk Jr. Jaden Marie Roberts. Mackenzie Leahy Ryan. Parker Jacob Leahy Ryan. Joseph David Soltinas. Olmina Edwardovna Sangjeviva. Jillian August Saris. Hillary Malia Sawadogo. Madison Elizabeth Schlesinger. Alexander James Sugar. Joseph Donald Sega. Elizabeth Ann Selby. Maxim Dennis Semenov. Charlotte Jane Sherwin. Sophia Marie Scheiben. Studi Pathuthu Sebi. Harpreet Kaur Sidhu. Cameron Sills. Jaden Ivy Sims. Jacob Smith Jr. Yasmin Brianna Marie Smith. Casey Lee Morgan Snedeker. Justin Samay Christian Atia Solomon. James Robert Spencer. Charles Oscar Steinley. Kaya Faye Stevens. Riley Joseph Street. Chloe Starr Strisny. Austin Chance Safranik. Tori Serene Tarleton. Layla Bell Taylor. Isabella Ray Thomas. Liliana Marie Thomas. Janasia Nicole Marie Tisdale. Robert Richard Townsend, Jr. Gianna Marie Trasick. Gia Marie Trevisano. Gabriela Alejandra Valle Peñate. Liz Marie Vasquez. Lauren Avery Velada. Zachary Isaac Wakos. Callie Nicole Ware. Lexia Therese Warner. Kathleen Marie Warshaw. Petra Webble. Brady Daniel Wedler. Samuel Thomas Wellman. Abney Anise White. James Edward Williams IV. Madison Alexis Wilson. Matthew Don Wilson. Dominic Andrew Wolschlager. Sharnice Lynn Worthams. Muhitten Yeseljicek. Giovanna Daniela Zahidi Marsh. It is a symbolic tradition at all graduations that once the students have received their diplomas, the class will collectively turn their tassels from right to left. Graduates, would you please stand? Please turn your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present you the graduating class of 2026. Audience, please remain seated until the students are leave. Class dismissed.